Alright, so today I'm doing a little bit of a review of the product in front of me here. It's called Noxidol. What this stuff is, it's cavity wax for vehicle frames. There's not a lot of videos on this, which is why I kind of decided to make one. It's a product out of Sweden. A friend of mine in Ontario used it. He had great results after several seasons, and I know it's finished on top of a number of tests. It's really hard to get in Canada. I actually had to order this out of Amazon in the US and then actually go down to Montana to pick it up, along with a whole bunch of other stuff for the Jeep project that I'm doing on the channel as well. The two different products, the 300 is the thicker of the two. So this is one that you put on exterior surfaces of the frame. So things that are kind of flat you can get at, you can paint it on, you can spray it. Either way it works. The 700 is what the cavity wax is. That's for getting inside the frame of the vehicle. So you insert it with a hose and you spray it with pressurized air. Now, I didn't have a whole lot of luck with that. I ended up having to, I bought this gun as well. It's an absolute waste of money, it's only 20 bucks, but it's got a spigot that goes down inside here. Then I use a vacuum pressure to kind of suck the glue out. Even after I warmed this up in front of the furnace, it still wouldn't suck. If you take the end off, it works just fine. It'll just blow up like crazy. As I was testing all over this box back here, it just soaks it. But as soon as you try and run it down a hose, this is the hose that comes with it, it bungs up the hose. It just doesn't have the pressure because the vacuum is generating at the source, not at the tip. If the vacuum is generating here, it would work. So it's just a horrible design. So you should get a proper gun for this, a pressurized gun, if you want to run it out the hose. I don't have time for that, so what I did is I just fabricated a new hose. When it comes out the end, you'll see it kind of splatters everywhere, so I'm not too worried. I did fray the end of this hose, so it can kind of come out in a bit of a spray pattern. It's not going to be a perfect finish on the inside of the Jeep frame, but I got to get it done, and we're in the middle of COVID lockdown here, so I can't buy another one. So that's what I'm up to today. I'll give you some footage of actually applying the product, and I'll probably do a follow-up, probably going to be a couple of years from now, on how this turns out. So stay tuned. Thanks. All right, so here it is with my fabricated hose on the end. I'm running about 80 psi. Had a couple samples here before, trying to get the hose and the pressure just right. Let's see how this works. It's not horrible. Let's see if we can do a little more pressure. There, it's almost like a spray paint. So that'll probably do. So I'm going to go, that's about 120 psi at the tank. Here I actually just threaded this right into the attachment, which is sort of amazing that worked. It helps if you heat the product a little bit first, just get it warmer. And let's get started. Yeah, right, I'm bored of that as well. So here I am systematically going through on the time lapse, hitting all the holes, injecting the 700 wherever I can get it, both directions, up, down, twisted around. I went through a couple cans of it. I ended up having way more than I needed. Really, you want a pressurized cavity gun for this, designed for this purpose. Otherwise, you're going to struggle a bit like I did. This stuff works okay if you're just spraying it right from the tip, but otherwise, if you're trying to put it down a hose, it doesn't work great. Either way, it did get a couple cans in there. This is what the 700 looks like. It's kind of this snotty, goopy substance, and it will stay this way indefinitely. I did verify that quite a bit later after I recorded this video. And here's the 300. It comes in black. It's really like a thick paint, and you can spray this as well. But since I had a fresh powder coated steel here,
and I didn't want this spraying kind of all over the shop. This seemed like a better solution, and I did check on this again also quite a bit later, and it kind of takes the texture of like old electrical tape, kind of just a bit sticky and annoying, but not so much that it'll ruin your day.
All right, so the Noxidol 700 went on okay. This isn't the ideal situation. You should have a better pressurized vessel to shoot this stuff. But it gets in there. I showed you some of the footage of what it kind of looks like. We'll see what it looks like after it dries. It's not an offensive product by any stretch. Like, this says it's solvent free. It doesn't really smell bad. It wipes off pretty easily off surfaces as well as off your hands or what have you. It says it takes several days to set, 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. 24 hours it says, but I've seen on other videos where they want it to set even for a week. But you can obviously start driving your vehicle. Obviously, in most cases, you're not going to have a frame sitting on a lift like I do that was freshly powder coated. So I want to take the chance to do this thing so the Jeep lasts forever. And obviously it's easy to access right now, but you could just as easily do this on a vehicle once you get it up in the air. So anyway, I'll do a follow-up video later on to say how the performance is. It's probably going to be tough to monitor just because it's the inside of the frame. But I'll follow up with a video a little bit after this just showing how it tacks up. And that'll be that. Thanks for checking it out.